If there's one job that some of us guys really hate, it's the job that comes after Christmas of helping to take down the decorations. Today, I've got a nice hack to help make the process of taking down the tree a little easier. Stay tuned. From the setting behind me, you're assuming maybe it's Christmas. Well, no, it's not. We're here in January, and I'm about to impart on a task that I never really enjoy, and part of that is because of the past. I have to take down our Christmas tree, not only take it down, but I got to get this into this. I found a trick just a few years ago that has made this job easier. It's easy. This tree, I think, is in 3 parts, and it's pre-lit, so all I've got to do is unplug the various sections. But getting it back in this stinking box so that I can store it until next Christmas, for many trees, was an almost impossible task. But I have found something that helps tremendously. And what it is my plastic wrap that I use to wrap bundles of firewood. This stuff's really handy. If you've never gotten this before, you can buy it off of Amazon. Usually you can buy it in packages of 1 roll, and a roll is usually, pretty thick. I've used this one a lot. But I buy it 3 rolls at a time. So 3 rolls are, I'm trying to remember, $15, $18, something along that line. Or if you don't want to wait for the Amazon shipment, if you have a UPS store anywhere in town, a UPS shipping center, you can find them there, or U-Haul. U-Haul has packing materials, and when I am in a hurry, I just drop by the U-Haul store that we have here not too far away and pick these up. So I'm going to show you what I do, but I'm going to tell you up front. I'm going to take my 3 sections apart, and the limbs of the tree are kind of splayed out. I'm just going to kind of push them together and start at the bottom and wrap them, and that's going to compact my tree. It's going to keep everything wrapped and safe until the next year. And then I put my 3 sections here. I've got all this bubble wrap that came with it. I'll put it between the pieces to just, keep them from sticking into each other. But this is great. And then the next year, I just unwrap it and pop it out. So let's see how long it takes me to wrap this thing. All right, we've got one section completely apart now, and I will tell you this is a job that really works better with 2 people. If you think back, my earliest memories of the Christmas tree, you had a pole and you had to put each individual branch one at a time on the tree. My roller is not rolling, which gives me a little bit of a problem here. But the first round is the hardest. Well, when your roller isn't rolling, there's other ways to do it. And on the top, I'm going to put another little layer to kind of let it seal against itself. A trick with this stuff that I have found, when you're ready to pull that last row off, pull it tight and stretch it, and lay it against each other, and then when it retracts, it actually grabs itself. So I don't know, I've been doing this a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and the first section is done. We used to have the biggest Christmas tree when we first married. We were both, we were both starting into our second marriage, and still had kids here at the house, and it was quite an event to decorate for Christmas when the tree took up half the room. And by the time you put presents under it, you couldn't use a sizable portion of the room. And she found this thing, which is a corner tree, which has worked great for us. But this has made it an even better or easier proposition. And the fact that the tension that I apply when I pull this compacts the limbs for me very nicely. I guess I could have taken this thing outside and kind of put it on the rack I use when I'm bundling wood, but nah, that might not have been as clean of a process. I can see her face next year unboxing the tree. Where'd all these wood chips come from? I don't know, baby. All right, there's section number 2. We got him unplugged. Here's my base. And of course, all you're doing is bending them all upwards so that they'll lay as flat as possible. But they're not always cooperative, and the wrapping material just does a great job of getting them to see it my way. This one is going to end up being the biggest around because it's the biggest part of the tree. I'm going to get a layer on this cord. All right, just that quickly, we are done with the prep. And here's all this packing material. This is how the tree was originally packaged. They use machinery to do basically what I've just done, to compress it. One, I'll lay a layer of bubble wrap over that. Second layer in the box, and I realize you probably can't see the box. Two, three. Packing material on top. I'll move this around. Here we've got the whole thing fits in nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess what? I'm done. Now to keep the box from going open, if you do this with tape, tape sticks and of course tears later. You want to stretch this as you go. I'm done, folks. So if you are, I think I'll wrap this other end just to keep the tension on the box nicely. But this is an example of how to use tools, or resources maybe is a better word, that you don't often think of, to make your life and the jobs around the house a little simpler. I didn't look at the time when I started, but here we are, done, and I'm through until next year. So, wrapping plastic, I don't know what, they call this packing wrap or something like that, but it's really a neat thing. I'm able to wrap like a truckload of wood and have wrap to spare. I think there's like, don't quote me, 1,700 feet? I'm not sure. It's probably a square foot measure, and this thing is what, 6 inches, so that's a half of a foot. But be that as it may, this stuff makes really good packing material. Like I say, I wrap firewood bundles with it, and that helps them not only with packaging and transportation, but it also helps with weathering. If I want to wrap it, I can completely encapsulate it. So it's a really neat thing to have. And when I buy these from the U-Haul store, I think one, and they come in varying widths. I've got some that has the wide width. It's not, for me, that's not practical. If you're moving, that works well, but for the little jobs I do around the house, the 6 inch, I guess that is, 5 or 6 inch wrap is far superior. And I get one bundle, if I'm in town, for like $8 or so, or I can order them from Amazon, which that's what this is. This is Amazon. I get 3 for less than 20. I think the U-Haul packing plastic is green in color. So when you're done, it's like cellophane, and you just wad it up into a ball and throw it away. I find with my firewood especially, you have to be careful. You unwrap something and you leave a ball of it laying. It's so light, the wind will pick it up and you'll be looking for this stuff all over the place. But it makes a really handy thing to make my life easier. And like you say, no tricks with the camera today. You watched it in real time, so I hope that helps. You can find us on Facebook, on Bald Guy Basics on the Facebook platform. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel. If this helped you, I hope that you'll leave us a like or offer a comment, and I'll see you on the next video.